play the game more, you're more likely to get better items and weapons. As we will take a quick bounce around of the map here. As this is not, we haven't seen this map yet.
Nope.
Cool.
Ask what the name is, because I don't know.
I don't remember either. That's the thing. There are a lot of maps for this game, though. That's the thing so far, considering it is pretty young.
Yeah.
There are a lot of maps, as it will be Bravo spawning right by point C. And it looks like Techie's going to make a quick run over to Site A. Not quite get all the way there, as Larry will make the first move there. So there's going to be a quick advantage off the bat for Bravo squad, as they did get Site A as well as Site C off the bat. This is another one of those maps. I'll take a quick overview of it. There's this giant inside area, but the map is also controlled as far as how you move around it, as there is obviously a path around the entire map as well. As I will back up here a little bit further, so that we can actually see how this map is straight up. It's kind of like a prison, I guess you can call it. I didn't realize that, but I guess it's a prison. Who knew? Okay, let's try to get back into the actual gunfights here. So we can see the inside of the map is pretty much just as circular around the outside as the outside is. There's little gateways to come in, which are going to be crucial to have things like barricades and mines, which we just saw, I think, someone just get dropped by. Maybe not. Maybe it was a mine that went off on top of him. And let's talk a little bit more about this HRV system. That this is obviously something that people are calling it the wall hacker, just because it allows you to see through the map, and you can see where enemies are in relation. But the one thing that makes it cool is the fact that you can't shoot, obviously, while it's on. You get to just toggle back and forth, and it allows you to coordinate a little bit better with people around you and helping call out certain spots. You can also see caution signs on things like mines, and you can see the hard suit as well. It shows up, and it also shows the weak point of that hard suit. As we see a lot of the action is going over here in this garage depot area, as Flinnan is trying to get in here against Sierra Armada. He is going to say no thank you. And we didn't really do this last game, but let's kind of go through these lineups real quick. You'll be more familiar with some of these players and their experience with this game as I am. Obviously I know a lot of these names, but over on Bongin's team, we saw them last game. It is Zero Armada, Techie, Novus, Bongin, and Kuryoku, representing Team WNX. Not exactly sure what that stands for. Do you know what that means? What their team name is?
Warrior Nation.
Warrior Nation. Okay. So they're holding down that over there, and actually some of their teammates on the other team here. Larry, a very well-known free-to-play gamer. Dreamspell, also rocking out the Warrior Nation, and Solicity, Flinnan, and Kofin are the other ones. Kofin, not sure how you want to pronounce that. I'm just going to say probably Kofin. See Larry get some good jump shots in there at the headshot, bursting through, and now he is dominating, as we're just going to kind of take his perspective here. Trying to move his way up closer to help out at C, as C just got hacked over by Zero. Some fire coming in from Kyoko, unable to finish that one. And Zero will finish off Larry there, as that push ends pretty much right there. That's where that push will end. As we're still waiting for more of Alpha Team to spawn back up, as Larry was the benefactor of taking all of those players just about out. Cool, and we can see this here, Tech's got the shield generator going on. It's a jammer, isn't it? What is the actual name for that, Ben? Is it called a jammer? Is that what it is?
It is, the official name is HRV Blackout. It's the shield where, when you're inside that bubble, you cannot be seen on radar.
Yeah.
So for those of you who like to camp, you definitely want that to be in your inventory.
Yeah, Tech's in a really good spot there because he's got that going on, and they're hiding back here so they can't be seen. But if in case that thing happens to fail on him, he just does have that barricade on his back, ready to go whenever he needs to.
Oh, and I do see a hard suit.
There it is, Larry. Although he did just get,
and he just took a hit.
He just took a real big hit from Novus. As there goes hard suit down. Oh
man,
no!
That was not even. I don't think he had anyone there to really help him with the hard suit.
No, he really didn't. Solicity was kind of, around the area as well, but not able to hold off Novus and his Stinger missiles.
If we look at Finman, he cannot go to that one point. Someone put a barricade there, so he has to take the other route. That's actually very interesting. I mean, fortunately, there's 2 entrance points, but I think that's very cool that someone put that barricade on the wall. It's probably my man Techie just playing smart with that barricade.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's been doing it all game. The last game we saw him, at least, especially with, using those barricades the best that he can, and he's helping himself out a lot with that. I think is that barricade gone? I don't see it anymore. It's over.
It must have disappeared.
Yeah.
It may disappear over time. I'm personally not high enough level to play with it yet. Still kind of learning all the game right now. I mean, if we look, I see right now it's Team Team A is leading, not by much though, but they do have 2 points captured.
Yeah, and those 2 points right now are going to be very crucial to get that score to inflate a little bit, as B is relatively open. Novus is doing a good job holding down this little area right here in front of Site B, but Site C has been relatively untouched so far. We've seen the hard suit with Larry trying to get in that area, unable to do so. Tech just doing too good of a job holding that off, as looks like more of the action. Look, we can take a look at Site A right now, as there is a turret up right now for their defense. That turret's going to be able to hold down that small little area by the staircase. So both teams electing to kind of hunker down a little bit with their 2 controlled sites. Unfortunately for Bravo, they are unable to get around Site B because Novus is doing a good job with, he's got a nice little barrier up here helping himself out. Bongan also doing some work, as he does actually just get crushed over by a proxy mine.
Curry with the huge minigun.
Still rocking that out, huh?
From the depot. Yeah, he's definitely he's holding them off. I think he's telling his team that they're coming their way. I'm pretty sure they noticed the 3 guys on the HRV. You can see him spamming the nades and the minigun, holding them off. They definitely have that C locked down. I mean, I think the game's getting pretty close to being ended right here.
Yeah, very, very close, and we saw them capture that second point and do a good job of holding it, as Curry does get a minigun kill. Zero with a double kill from a grenade, so good holds overall, and it looks like the thwarting force of these WNXers are going to hold this one with relative ease. I mean, it looks like Bravo team's not going to break 600, so it's going to be a pretty one-sided victory, as the game has been shown so far. Alpha team doing a very, very good job. This length of game is actually pretty perfect, to 750 or the time limit, and then as we see, 750 will be reached in this game, but if they were to not have, about a minute and a half would be left on the timer, actually more like a minute 45, as a pretty stable victory. And it's interesting to see what that does for team mentalities when you're sitting with a hefty score and you can sit down and you can even know that all you need to do is not get dominated. You could even retreat and just have your team hold that one site at that last point. If you are Zero, Mata, and Bongan in that side, you could have just sat around and finished off that game by holding one site. So definitely another change in mental strategy as far as how this game can be played in domination, especially. So I know that kind of going off of just what we see in the game and what we hear about developments as far as new modes coming out, you talk kind of regularly-ish to the developers as well in this game, do you not?
Yeah, we're currently trying to set up a meeting with them. I take it one of the developers' name is Garrison. He's been doing some E3 events. I think he's recently returned from the indie side of things. But yeah, we're trying to get in contact with them, just establish a good relationship with them. I think it'd be good for us and good for the community. There definitely is a lot of support for this game as far as the competitive community goes, but it's just there's been some delay with the updates as far as like for the competitive side, like for the private servers and whatnot. And that's just due to the developers being at the E3 event and that huge thing going on. So eventually, though, we do want to have we would like to have an interview with them. The game is, I don't know if it's official, but it should be going on Steam release here pretty soon. So we should see a bit of a spike in the player base.
That'd be
So it
excellent.
should be very, yeah, it'd be very awesome.
And this map is containment, I'm pretty sure, is it not?
I believe you're right, actually.
This is this is actually one of my favorite maps. Just the thing about this game, it's not super graphic intensive as far as how much video memory it takes up. But if you do run this on pretty high settings, this game is absolutely gorgeous. And you can see all the different dynamic lights, especially on this map. We're sitting in Chinatown here with all these crazy lights going on. And it's just a super colorful game. And it's one of those things that makes it more aesthetically pleasing, I think, just to play. And we don't see any first-person action in this game, but the models in this game are very, very well developed, and the game looks super good. As I think I just saw Zero with a sniper rifle. Maybe my eyes deceived me. Let's see if I can find him again. Nope, it's a burst fire gun. Just kidding. It looked like a sniper rifle for a second. That's another issue that we've kind of seen. I was kind of commenting this when I was casting Art of Combat at how the mechanics of the sniper rifle is. As a generality, what do you see as far as sniper play happening in this game, if any at all?
Well, the sniper's damage maxed out at 200. And with the class's ability, you can have lighter classes, but basically you lose HP, so you can be one hit, with people who have lower builds. So there's definitely a field out there for sniper. I think right now people are just, it's just going to depend on how people adapt to the game. I mean, the game's still young, so I think a lot of people are just kind of sticking in groups with the burst fire, which makes sense. But yeah, there's definitely you have different options without a doubt.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see. I mean, I haven't had to really try out the sniper rifle yet, but you don't see too much of it, and there are certain maps that you can cater to that, but when you think about it in a 5v5 domination setting, it kind of almost hurts your team a little bit if you're not active with that sniper rifle when you're either taking or holding sites, just because that's, kind of a waste of a spot if you're not hitting your shots, as Kuryoku's going to get this site C taken away. Maybe, actually, because Felicity's right here, and he will drop that hack and get it done, and eventually he will get burnt up, I believe. No, it was a toxic grenade he ran into, just kidding. There is another thing about this. There are incendiary rounds, which can cause fire damage over time a little bit, which is kind of interesting. As actually we see Coffin in an interesting spot right now, as he's kind of hanging out over here on the top of this. Nope, just kidding.
Yeah, they do have bullets that have different, you can equip them with different effects that they have in Incinerate that you just mentioned. They have Toxic, they have EMP, rounds that make you blow up so that way you cannot be healed. Which I see a couple people running the revival injectors, but I haven't seen a lot of use of it yet. At least I haven't caught it on my eyes. But nonetheless, most players aren't going to be using those items. I mean, they don't really give you a boost per se. I mean, they don't add any extra damage. They just kind of have different effects. Like the shock ones, example, will do more damage to turrets and hard suits. Toxic just kind of blurs your screen out, so it's a little bit harder on visibility side, but they really don't give you a huge buff, so I don't think that's why many players are using them. I don't see anyone that's really using them as of right now anyways.
Yeah. And I can't say I blame anyone. That's a really cool thing about the developers so far. The game is not super unbalanced because of these extra items. I mean, you have to earn the items to get a hard suit and stuff like that. But even if you're a player who's not doing super well, you eventually will be, based on your points, especially in domination, just kind of naturally increasing. You can afford a Stinger missile, and you can take out that hard suit relatively easily. So, yeah, it gives you an extra beef, an extra boost to have a hard suit on your team, but at the same time, we saw Larry get one last game, and it went down relatively soon. I think he only got like 2 kills with it, so you can almost argue that was a little bit of a waste of his in-game money, that's CP, that he gets based on kills, as we see him trying to make a move actually right now towards Site C, as they desperately do need another site here, as they're getting completely trounced on right now, and Larry's going to have a hard time getting to the site. Techi's there with a turret, as well as Kuryoki with a minigun. And he will fall there, and it looks like there's going to be a little bit of a counter push going over towards Site B, perhaps up this side alley. Maybe not. Decided to opt to go back in towards the middle and just continue to hold their 2 sites and play defense. As we do see Site A looks just as hard to get into right now if you're Team Bravo, as there is a turret up there with 2 players hunkering down, and with that, they got a barricade up here on the small alley as well. Looks like a little bit of a motion. Yeah, they got both sides very well covered right now. 2 turrets are up, actually. And
oh, I hear the hard suit. I see Larry.
I know. I hear it as well. Let's see if we can find him here. They definitely need to make something happen, but as you know, I mean, again, here it's Solicity actually with the hard suit, and there's that little booster rocket helping him project himself forward, but he's not going to be able to go through this little barricade to his left. He's going to have to keep walking his way around. There's 2 hard suits actually on the floor. And the thing about having the HRV is the HRV is able to see these things, so I'm wondering how many Stinger missiles they have. Bongen for sure has one at least. Let's see if they get any shots off on it. As there is one shot that connects right there on Solicity's hard suit. He's going to try to zoom his way in now, as he will storm his way into this little area, as it looks like...
They have completely overrun.
Yeah, Site A completely overran. And, you know, I think if you're Alpha right now, that's okay with you. I mean, you got a good shot off on Solicity's hard suit. You don't want to go in there and lose all 5 of your players, the 2 hard suits, and, you know, be completely left open to get completely dominated. So I think they did a smart job of falling back there and, you know, making these hard suits as slow as they move, make them move further. And it looks like they're trying to get a little bit of a counter push over here, maybe at Site B. As there is some motion going on. Karuki is going to move in with the minigun. He's going to try to take out that barricade. I don't think he's able to get through that barricade, actually. He's going to spam his way through, and he will take out one. Solicity does get a minigun, or a kill with the hard suit, as this site will hold, I think, for B. These barricades in a really good spot, as you can see them here, forcing people to run through the other side, and that turret there will fall. Yep, turret will fall. And B will get captured, so that's a good take right there for Alpha, as again, they're approaching 700 points to the 500 of Bravo squad, and Larry's still in this hard suit, not able to do quite much, as Felicity as well, still rocking out with his hard suit as much as he can. It's just so much fun to see these things zooming around, and I don't think they're going to be able to get in here. That another barricade has dropped, so he's going to try to run through here. So he's going to try to zoom his way down this staircase, maybe. As it won't make a difference, as now is the final score, and that will do it right there. An easy 2-0 win for the WNX crew, led up by team captain Bongen. And yeah. GG's around the board there as you take a look at the scores and the other team here. 0 Armada. Holy smokes. Still with maximum frags.
Yeah, I gotta say, if Larry's team would have used the hard suits earlier in the round, I think they could have really turned the tables, because they did a great job. They bought 2 hard suits. I think Finn Man, if I'm not mistaken, was the guy that was capping the flag, and they completely overran the site. There was nothing the other team could do. Zero's team couldn't do anything. So it was very, very good play. Unfortunately, it didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, so that is Team 1 again going further into, I think that actually puts them at the winner bracket final, doesn't it? Or no, it brings them into the championship game, does it not?
That's correct.
Yep, so we will see them in the championship. We will see Team 3 again here playing for their second loss in the loser bracket final, trying to get back up to play Team 1 once more in the championship. We will take a quick little break here and get back to some more Blacklight Retribution action here in a second. While this is going on a little bit of downtime, make sure you guys subscribe to the UCG channel here. You check out their website, and if you do enjoy the casting, make sure you check out my supporting organization at Incline TV. You can find that at twitch.tv/InclineTV. Be back with some more Blacklight action here very shortly.